The wind whistled through the empty schoolyard as 16-year-old Emily Parker clutched her worn backpack tighter against her chest. She was a farm girl through and through, calloused hands from early mornings milking cows, boots dusted with mud, and eyes that carried the quiet strength of someone who had grown up with more responsibility than most adults. But in town, none of that mattered. To the kids at school, Emily was just the weird farm girl, the one who smelled like hay, wore hand-me-down clothes, and never spoke unless spoken to. That made her an easy target. On this day, just as the final bell rang and most students scattered home, Emily found herself trapped. 3 boys, older and meaner, cornered her near the chain-link fence at the back of the school. Their laughter echoed, cruel and sharp, as one of them stepped forward and knocked the cap off her head. "Well, look who we've got here," sneered Jason, the ringleader, his tall frame blocking her way out. "Little Miss Cowgirl. Tell me, Emily, did you remember to bathe in the trough this morning?" The other 2 burst into laughter. Emily's face flushed, but she stayed silent. That only encouraged them more. One reached for her backpack, tugging at it roughly, while another circled behind her like a wolf closing in. What none of them realized was that Emily wasn't truly alone. Just beyond the schoolyard, waiting patiently as they always did, were her dogs, Duke, a massive black and tan German shepherd with eyes like steel, and Molly, a lean and fast border collie with boundless energy. They had walked with her every step from the farm that morning, stopping only because the school rules forbade them on campus. But the dogs never really left Emily unguarded, they could sense her distress. Jason shoved Emily's shoulder, making her stumble back. "Say something, farm girl. Or are you too dumb?" Emily's silence wasn't weakness, it was restraint. She had grown up knowing the power of words and the danger of anger. But now her restraint was mistaken for fear. When one of the boys grabbed her arm, that was the moment everything changed. A sharp bark split the air. Then another. The bullies froze. From the edge of the yard came the thunder of paws pounding the dirt. Duke charged first, teeth bared, a deep growl rumbling in his chest. Molly flanked him, darting quick and low, her sharp barks warning like firecrackers. The boy's bravado vanished instantly. Jason stumbled back, his face pale, as the German shepherd planted himself between Emily and the bullies, his body rigid, daring them to make another move. "Holy crap, those are her dogs." One of the boys stammered, his voice trembling. Emily finally lifted her eyes. Calm, steady, unafraid now that her guardian stood beside her. She didn't say a word, but the message was clear, she was no one's victim. The bullies scattered like leaves in the wind, tripping over each other in their rush to escape the snarling protectors. When they were gone, Duke eased his growl into a low hum, while Molly leaned against Emily's leg, tail wagging as if asking, "Did we do good?" Emily knelt, wrapping her arms around both dogs. "Good job," she whispered, her voice trembling, not from fear but from relief. That night at home, Emily sat on the farmhouse porch with her father. He had noticed her quietness at dinner, though she hadn't told him the details. Still, he knew. He always knew. "You've got a gift, Emily," he said softly, gazing out at the fields. "Not everyone gets to walk through life with protectors who'd give everything for them. But remember, those dogs reflect what they see in you. You raised them with patience, kindness, and love. And today, that's what kept you safe. Don't let anyone ever make you feel small, not when you've got that kind of strength inside." Tears stung Emily's eyes, but she didn't cry. She just reached down to scratch Duke's ears, while Molly rested her head in her lap. The next day at school, word had spread. The bullies avoided her now, whispering behind her back but never daring to cross her again. Some kids even looked at her differently, not with mockery, but with curiosity and respect. Emily didn't need their approval, but it felt good to no longer be invisible. She walked home that afternoon, her dogs trotting faithfully beside her. The path stretched long and dusty, but for the first time, Emily lifted her chin high. She realized something important. Bravery isn't about shouting the loudest or fighting back with fists. Sometimes, bravery is standing quietly, knowing you're not alone, and trusting the loyalty of those who love you. And for Emily, that loyalty came on 4 legs, with wagging tails and fierce hearts. Her dogs had defended her, but in truth, they had simply mirrored the strength she carried all along.